Okay, great. Where we go? Okay then, so welcome to this chair yoga session, and we're going to start with, we're actually going to try to incorporate some sun salutations into this this morning, this afternoon I should say. A modified version, I might add, of the sun salutations that we can use in the chair. But to start with, we start the way we always do in these chair yoga sessions. We're going to just sit nice and comfortable in the chair, just for an introspective moment. So sit nicely right back into the chair, get a nice contact with the seat through your sitting bones, and the feet nice and flat on the floor. And then keep nice and straight with the body, but let the shoulders relax. And then just begin to settle just for a few minutes. Maybe close your eyes just to help you concentrate. Even taking a couple of deeper breaths, if that helps, just to relax and settle you down. Just really making that transition from being about your day-to-day activities and coming into this yoga space. Just put you into, get your body back in perspective again, you know, get your composure back. So all you have to do is just focus in on that stillness that you can feel taking over the body as you sit here. Just let that stillness kind of grow stronger. Okay then, so hopefully now you're feeling a little bit more settled, and I'm just going to ask you to use this opportunity, as I do in many of these sessions, to just form an intention for the practice, and you probably know what that means by now. So just make that intention, just putting it into a sentence and saying it to yourself 3 times with real meaning and clarity. Okay. Good. Okay. Very good. All right. So we're just going to start by doing just a few warm-ups in the chair. So I could just come away from the back of the chair slightly so that we're not kind of leaning back into the chair just at this moment. Okay. And then we're just going to take some sweeps up with the breath, breathing in and then breathing out, coming down. Okay. Breathing in, breathing out. Get a nice kind of lengthy feeling with the body as you come up. No need to rush with these, just get a nice stretchy feeling and then breathe out as you sweep down. Yes, a few more. Good. One more. Okay. And then I want us to do a little rope pulling exercise. Not done this rope pulling for quite a long time. Okay. So imagine that there's a rope in front of you here, thick rope hanging down from the ceiling. And all we're going to do is just reach up each time and pull the rope down. Okay, so breathing in as you reach up, hold the rope, the imaginary rope, breathe out as you pull down. Keep the back nice and straight. Still making good contact with the sitting bones and the soles of your feet. Just a few more. Good. Good enough. Okay. And then some shoulder rolls. Just place the hands on the knees and just wipe down the sides, wipe up the front. Breathing in, coming back. Breathing out, going forward. Just a few more. Good. All right, and then a little bit of windscreen wiper. Okay, and then just before we start into these salutations, just a little bit of movement of the legs. So I'm just going to suggest that we kind of stretch one leg out like this, clasping underneath. Good stretch, just hold it for a moment. And then draw back, clasping underneath, just gently pull it back. Okay. So I'm going to do a few of these in each side, but we're going to change each time. So I'm going to stretch out the left leg. This is called a stick pose. And then underneath your chest. Just holding it for a moment each time, and then change again. Reach out. Best time to breathe with this really is to breathe in as you extend the leg. That's the breathing in. And then breathe out as you draw the knee back. On the other side. Change again. Change again. One more each side. Good. And then windscreen wipers again. I'm going to keep coming back to these little windscreen wipers. So the chair yoga for the sun salutations is very, very modified version of the one that we normally do in the conventional class, but it kind of takes us through some similar movements. Okay, so it's a worthwhile little routine, and it's one that you might be able to memorize, but it's not particularly difficult to sort of put this sequence together. There's some very simple movements in this. So we start by sitting away from the back of the chair, but so that you're nice and stable on the seat. Bring the palms together at the chest, which is like the opening of a conventional salutation. You know, this is what we call Anjali Mudra. And then we're going to take a sweep up like we would do, and then a little lean back, not a lot. And then we're going to come into a forward bend, but I'm just going to suggest you place the hands on the knees and then stoop forward. If it feels okay, bring the hands down to the mat like this. Yeah. And then like we just did before, we're going to come back up and just clasp this knee, draw it back. Okay. And then just bring the head towards the knee. Good, and then we can let go, sweep up again. And then again, coming down to a kind of forward bend. Breathing in, coming up, this time the left knee, drawing it up. Keep the head up for the first bit and then drop the head towards the knee. Good. And then sweep up, palms together, back to Anjali Mudra. So that's more or less one round. Okay, so we'll just do a few of these. They're dead easy to do. So breathing in, gentle lean back, and then forward bend. Either the hands on the knee or all the way down if you can do it. Breathing in, coming up, clasping the right knee, drawing it back, keep the head up for this bit. And then breathing out, knee down, head down to the knee. Letting go, sweep up again. Forward bend again. Breathe in, clasping the left knee, keep the head up. And then breathe out, let the head come down. Breathing in, sweep up, let go of the knee, of course. Palms together, back to Anjali Mudra. Again. Okay, right knee. Breathing in, coming up, left knee. Letting go, breathing in. Palms together, Anjali Mudra. All right, we'll do another one. Okay, breathing in. Breathing in, right knee, head up. Breathing out, knee to head to knee. Breathing in, sweep up. Forward bend again. Breathing in, left knee, keep the head up. Breathe out, head to knee. Letting go of the knee, breathing in, sweeping up. Palms together. Palms to the chest, Anjali Mudra again. And then hands on knees. Keep the back nice and straight here, okay? Good contact with the sitting bones. I mention this because I'm always sort of saying, you know, I'm always bringing your attention to the sitting bones of the feet. That's mainly because it kind of keeps bringing your awareness back to this grounding sense, okay? So you're always kind of, the reason for that is because it gives you this kind of stabilizing effect. So whatever you're really doing with the upper body, you're doing it from a stable base because your feet are making nice contact with the floor. It's not a powerful stamp or anything. It's just a firm contact and you can feel the sitting bones making contact with the seat. And then you've got this nice stable base, whatever else you do. See, that's why I'm always bringing your mind back to it. People forget. See? So just keep that pose for a moment. We'll keep the body nice and straight. Just something to do as well, you know, when you're sat at your dining table, you know, try and remember to do this as much as you can. Kind of get away from the back of the chair, sit up nice and straight, make a good contact with the sitting bones and your feet. If your feet don't touch the floor very well on your dining chairs, put a cushion under your feet, you know, so that you've got something to sort of push into. Okay. Excellent. Right, so we're going to move on, and we're going to move on. We're going to stay kind of halfway into the chair, and then we're just going to do some sweeps up again. But I want to suggest you just take your hands back this time. Okay, so rather coming up like this, come down, but come up, and then reach back. As though you were kind of throwing a ball in, you know, like footballers do, throw the ball in. So you sweep up, reach back, and then come down. A few of those. Good. So you could even do it like that. You just come straight back behind your head and then down. Breathing in as you come back with the hands. Breathing out as they go down. Okay. One more. Excellent. Okay. And then just take your arms out sort of parallel to the ground. Bring the palms up. So bring the palms up so you're pushing away with this part of the hand here, that the wrist. Okay. Pushing out with the wrist. Feels quite different. If you flatten the hands and push out, try that one. And then try it by bringing the palms back and pushing with the wrist. It quite activates the other arm there. It's quite a different feeling. So that one's okay. Pointed fingers. Do that one, yeah, but also do the one with the wrist. Just makes your arms work a bit more. Yeah. Just hold it for a moment. Good, and then some rolls. You can make a fist for this, okay, just a rolls. Any direction, because we are going to go both ways, so it doesn't matter which way you roll. Shoulders will probably be getting a bit warm now. If you need to rest them, bring your arms down, yeah, but if you're okay, go forwards now, or change direction. Really good for the whole shoulder unit, this, getting some energy into that shoulder. Good, and then back to the roll, shoulder rolls, sweeping down, sweeping back, sweeping down, sweeping back. Good. Okay, excellent. So a little bit of work with the neck now. This one, we're just going to do some very simple movements, turning right to left and forwards and backwards, okay? So keep the spine fairly straight, looking straight ahead to start with. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let your head rotate round to the right, just as far as it will go. And then you think, I can't go anymore, that's the place to stop. Just pause for a moment, then breathe in, coming back. Breathe out to the left. Breathe in to face the front. Just do a few of these each side, about 5, yeah. Good. Okay, and then forwards and backwards. So breathing in, just looking up, just take the chin up, don't throw your head back, just come very carefully. Stretch the front of the neck. And then as you breathe out, carefully coming forward, bring the chin towards the chest, doesn't have to touch. I just want you to feel a mild stretch in the front of the neck when you're coming back and the back of the neck when you're coming forward, just a very mild stretch, okay? Okay, just 1 or 2 more. Good. All right, and then into some lateral bends. So the lateral bend, we're going to do alternating sides. So when you're reaching up with one hand, hold the side of the chair. So it's a breath in, coming up, breathing out, lean over and a good reach. Okay, that's the reach is very important. I keep saying this, but it is. And then back, down, sweeping up, breathing in, breathe out as you come into that lateral bend. Keep breathing out as you come back and down. So you have to save some of that breath. So if you ujjayi breathing, then it's great. It'll work. It slows your breath down. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep breathing out, coming down. Good reach as you come up here. The reach is just as important as the bend, okay? Okay, we'll do one more each side. Good, excellent. Okay, smashing. So now we're going to do a little bit of work with the arms, and I want to do a rear clasp and a forward clasp. Okay, so the rear clasp, just going to take the hands behind. So you need to sit a little bit near to the front of the chair, and then just take the hands behind in a clasp. Let the shoulders come back, open the chest, just looking up gently. Just hold it for a few moments. Good. And then as you come forward, cross the hands in front of you like this, like that, and then clasp and reach downwards. Yeah. This is quite good for the upper skeleton, by the way, and the spine. So, you know, if you can only feel it in your wrists or your shoulders, it's quite good for all the skeleton up here. Okay, and then back again, rear clasp. Hold it. Good, and then see if you can remember to clasp the other way as you come this time, reaching down between the knees. Okay, let's do this a few times. So we're going to clasp back again. Good, and then forward, clasping down. Okay, rear clasp again. And lower the front. Good, all right, and then we're going to do Garundasana for the arms, okay? So my metal twisted up there. So remember the Garundasana for the arms, it's a bit like doing the eagle postures, but we're not going to do the balance, okay? So we're just going to take the arms, cross the right elbow over the left, like this, yeah? Bring the arms, the elbows up, bring the palms to each other. Nice lift with the arms will do, okay? Just holding the hands like this. Few breaths, breathing probably now into your back, upper back, between the shoulders, breathing into that. Good. All right, and I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to extend the arms out to the side. Just hold it there for a moment. Good, right, and then I'm going to cross the left over right elbow, bring the arms up into this Garundasana again, like this. You're looking between that V in the arms, yeah. Keep the back straight, no sagging. Good, good enough. Right, so extending again as you breathe in. Just hold. Good, okay, and then come down, windscreen wipers again. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to come to a twist in the chair. And remember, if you have a nice open-sided chair like I've got here, then you can sit sideways in the chair. If you haven't, you'll have to kind of sit in the chair straight and then maybe turn and hold the structure of the chair in that way. I'm going to turn around because I can. In fact, I'm going to go to the right first. Sorry, that was my mistake. I'm going to come to the right first. And when I get to this position, I'm going to, again, just make sure I've got a good contact with the sitting bones and the feet, nice and flat on the floor. So I feel nice and stable. Yeah, keep the back straight. And then I'm going to just then think about the back structure of the back of the chair. I want to just turn around and hold that structure and then let the body just carefully rotate round to the right. Same with the neck. So you're just looking around to the right as far as you can go comfortably, not too powerfully, and then even maybe letting your eyes roll around to look over towards your right. And again, not so the eyes will strain, okay? Just a gentle sensation in your eye sockets, that's all you need. It's quite a useful exercise for your eyes, this, if you do it a few times a week. You know, it's you don't have to be doing a twist, but don't force it, you know, because you can strain your eyes. So probably does need to, it's useful to keep your eyes toned up though, especially if you do a lot of reading. Keep those muscles nicely toned in your eyes. Breathing into the waist. A few more breaths. Okay, good enough. So we'll begin to unwind. Just pause in the neutral position for a moment. Just reconnecting again with that sitting bone and foot contact, okay? Straight back. Good, all right. So now we can come to the other side, okay? Or if you're sitting in the chair, same thing, but we're going to go to the left, all right? So I'm going to sit sideways in, get nicely contacted with the sitting bones of the feet again. Nice straight body, yeah. And then I'm going to just turn to the structure of the chair, hold on to the chair, and then just let my neck go round, and then the eyes as well. Don't forget, breathing into the twist in your waist. That's probably where you can feel it. Okay, good enough. Right, so we can just let the eyes adjust, bring the neck round, back to the neutral position. Just re-establish that nice, stable feeling with the back straight. Good, okay. So we're back into the chair again. I'm just going to do a little windscreen wiper. Okay then, so we're going to kind of move on a little bit now. So we're going to do some forward bending, and this is one that you're very familiar with if you do this chair yoga regularly. And all we're going to do is stay in the chair, but I'm going to start to move forward like this, so I rest the elbows on my knees, on my thighs, and that begins to bring me into this forward bend position. If you come all the way down with the fingers to the mat, that's really good if you can, and or the fists or the palms even. And then just taking some of the weight on the hands so that you don't kind of drop everything, okay? Just hold. You'll still get a reasonably good stretch in the back doing this, and of course the hips will flex quite a bit. If you come too far down and think, no, that's a bit uncomfortable for me, just bring your elbows back up like this and lean in that way. You'll still get a reasonable stretch that way, not as powerful, of course, but if you do this, you know, for a little while, eventually you'll be able to get further down, okay? So just come as far down as you can, breathing into the lower back for this pose. Good. All right, so what we're going to do now is try and stay down here for a bit longer, but I'm going to get you to think about your left foot. I'm just going to tiptoe over to that foot and place one hand either side of the foot so that your ribs are kind of resting on your left thigh. Okay? And then looking down to that left foot. Because if you reach out further, you'll get more stretch in the back here if that feels appropriate for you. Especially if you're reaching out with the right hand here, because that will stretch the lower right back, this right quadrant at the back here. Couple more breaths. Good. Okay. And then we're going to tiptoe over to the other side. Okay. So we can do the same thing either side of the right foot. Just bring the body over as well so that your ribs are more or less kind of resting on that right leg. All right, good enough. So tipping toe back to the middle again. And then this next move is called a ragdoll, only if you feel okay with this, but you can just keep your hands there on the mat to give you some support, or if they feel okay, just fold your arms and let yourself hang between the knees just for a moment or two. Yeah. Breathing still into the lower back. Don't forget, if this is too much, just adjust this or bring your hands to the floor or come back onto the knees again with your elbows. That'll still give you a stretch. Couple more breaths. Good. All right, so I'm going to climb back up, push back up with this one. Yeah. All the way back to straightness again. And then windscreen wiper again. Okay, so we're going to do another twist now, and this one is just called a cross-legged twist. It's a slightly different experience for the hips and the back, so it's worth doing. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just cross the right leg over the left like that. Yeah, right leg over left. And then I'm going to just turn to the right and bring that left arm on top of that top leg like that. Yeah, I'm going to reach around with this right hand and just hold the back of the chair as though I'm turning around to talk to somebody behind me. You know what I mean? And then that's it. You just turn around gently, keep the body fairly upright if you can, breathing again into the waist area where the twist shows itself. Okay, just hold this, few breaths. Good. And then breathing in, we're going to unwind. Yeah, uncross. Back to wipers again, just momentarily. Yeah, and then I'm going to cross left over right. Right hand on top of the top leg, and then left hand just taking hold of the back of the chair, keeping straight, and then rotating to the left. Again. Breathing again into your middle. Nice, pretty decent breath. So you can feel the diaphragm pushing into your twist. This will help to tone your middle a little bit. Okay, good enough. Right, so I can begin to breathe in, unwind, uncross the legs. Yeah, another windscreen wiper. Okay, so we're moving now into a butterfly push. So we're gradually kind of moving down the body. We've done a fair bit of work with the upper body in the first half of this session. So we're kind of gradually moving down. We've done the twist to get to the middle part, the waist and so on. And we've done a little bit of work with the legs early on, but not too much. Now we're going to do some work with the legs. Right? So the first one is going to be a half butterfly. So that one is where we bring this right foot up. So the ankle is kind of resting on the top of this left leg like this. Yeah. And just bringing the leg into this position for some of you might be a bit tricky. All right. So, you know, you could always put something soft under your leg there. It does tend to dig into the calf thigh a little bit. And the knee might be quite high. It's okay if your knee's high, it doesn't matter. Okay? Some people's knees might be lower. If yours is higher, it doesn't matter. Okay, so if you can get it up there, that's really good. All right, and just bringing it to that position will rotate and flex this right hip without doing anything else. So that might be as much as you need to do, you know. But if it feels very easy to get it to there, then you can do the next bit, which is just pushing. We're just going to carefully, gently push. And as you push that knee downwards, you'll feel more reaction in that right hip, okay? And you just push it for a moment, okay? Just get a little bit of, feel the pressure in the hip, that's all. No pain, just feel a bit of pressure, right? And then clasp the underneath the knee and just draw it up towards your chest, like that, okay? And then just hold it there for a moment, and then we're going to do the same again, a few of them. So it's a gentle push, breathing in as you push. That's the inhalation there. Breathe out as you draw the knee back. Okay, so what we're doing, effectively what we're doing is rotating the hip outwards when we push, and then when we draw the knee back, we're rotating it inwards, and it's staying flexed all the time. Okay, so just be quite gentle with the hip, because it's it doesn't need a lot of power here, just a teasing. We're really just teasing that joint, okay, not putting too much pressure on it. It doesn't need it. Okay. A few more if you can. Really gentle stuff. Or if you don't like the movement, just keep it still there. If you can, just hold it there, and you know, that will still be helpful. Okay. Okay, one or two more if you can do it, if you're still with it. Good. Now what I'm going to do here, I've finished working on that right leg now. I'm going to just clasp underneath the right thigh and then extend that leg out like that, so that the knee comes, everything comes back into alignment again. Just hold it for a moment. This is that stick exercise we did at the beginning. Okay. I mean, if you wanted to, you could always draw the knee back as well like that. It's now no longer rotating, but this is flexing. Okay. So you could do it, if you wanted to, you could do a couple of those. Stretching, flexing. Okay. Extending, flexing. Okay. That'll do, all right? So now we can come to the other side. So now it's the left ankle on here. Same thing, okay? I'm not going to push mine too hard. This left hip's just a bit tender of mine at the moment, so I'm just going to gently push. It doesn't mind this bit. It likes that bit, you know. That seems to be okay. Internal rotating seems to be okay, but the external rotating on my left hip's not too comfortable at the moment for me, so I'm not going to push too hard. Gentle push, draw back. Okay, let's do one more. Good. And then I'm going to clasp again under the thigh and extend the leg. Nice, and get it nice and straight. And then I'm just going to come back just 2 or 3 times, something like that, just to bring everything back into alignment again. Good. Brilliant. Okay. All right. So this next posture is called a tree posture in a chair. It looks nothing like the tree posture we do in a regular class, but that's what they call it. So you need to sit right back into the chair for this one. And then we're going to extend the legs out like that, probably cross the ankles as well. And then the arms are going to come up above the head, just a clasp, or you can hold your wrist that way. Yeah, and just lean back into the chair. Just for a few breaths, and then we'll change the crossover. Good, yeah, and then we can come down, all the way down, cross over the other way, hold the other wrist. Good. Okay, so carefully coming down, feet as well. And then this next one, and just call it a wide side angle. Also doing really with this one, I think you can sit back in the chair again for this one. So we're just going to open the feet out like that, just extend them out, and just hold the bottom, hold the chair, that's all. Open your toes as well, so you get a nice fanning with the toes. Okay, that's probably good enough, so it can come down again. Yeah, and then just going to come forward, a little bit of windscreen wiper. Okay, so I'm going to get us to just stand up for this next one. And I'm going to use the chair as a structure. I'm just going to do some fairly basic kind of little postures, but using the chair in a different way. So this first one's just going to be a dragon pose. So all of the dragon pose is I'm just going to bring the left foot onto the chair like that. So the back leg's fairly straight, bending this forward knee. And then all you need to do is either place the hands on top of the knee like this, or lean on the leg, or hold the back of the chair so that you're kind of lunging forward. And that's all this one is. Okay. But it replicates the dragon posture. So it does two things. It kind of brings a little bit of weight onto the hips with this one. It extends the back leg and flexes the front hip. So something is going on with this, even though it doesn't look very exciting. It's still a useful position to be in. Just breathe into the left hip. That's what I would do. A few breaths. All right, that's good enough. So I'm going to come back up. Take that leg off. Yeah, and I'm going to change. This time the right foot on the chair. Just get fairly stable like with the feet, and then again holding the back of the chair, leaning in. Good, that's good enough, right? So back I come again. So we're going to carry on with this little routine, doing something slightly different each time. I'm going to put that left foot back on the chair like this. This one is a side angle. So remember the side angle in a regular yoga class is where we bring this left arm onto the top of the left leg like this, yeah, and then we kind of turn the body. The right arm can come over the head like this, or just pointing to the ceiling, or failing that, just have it by your side. just leaning a little bit into this forward leg like that. Okay, side angle. I like to sort of put the hand on the back, on the sacrum at the back here, just in the lower back, and then just rotate the body round like that, maybe looking up. So you introduce this mild kind of rotation at the same time. Again, just breathing into the middle, to the waist area. Good enough. Okay, excellent. So I can come back again. And I think we'll come straight into a triangle here. Instead of moving sides, we can do two on the same side. So the triangle just means that I have to straighten that forward leg. So I bring the heel onto the chair instead of the sole of the foot. So I end up with this kind of position. Yeah. So, and then the left hand just slides down onto the knee. And again, I'm going to just turn to face the camera, as it were, and bring the left hand behind on the sacrum. Okay. Get a nice posture. This, you know, it's not as powerful as doing a regular triangle pose, but it's still a nice posture. You know, you can feel something quite wholesome happening to your body. Hopefully, I hope it's not uncomfortable for you. This, and the only difference really is that we've got the front leg straightened and not bent like we would do in side angle. So it's a very similar one, but something different is happening with the hips and the legs. And of course, you still got this nice rotation in the middle, not too powerful, just enough stimulus. And I can feel a little twist in the back as well, not too much. Great. Okay. Right, so I can come back out. And yeah, release that foot. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So remember, it's a side angle first. So I'm going to get steady and then bring this right foot onto the chair. Keep the knee bent on the right leg first. So I can do that side angle. I'm just going to rest that right forearm on the top of that thigh. And then rotate the body so I'm facing away, and then the left hand on the sacrum behind me. And then I'm going to breathe into the waist, a few breaths. Thing about this as well is you only need to put as much effort in as you need. So it's very controlled. So you can make it more powerful if you wish. You can lean in more, or you know, turn and twist more, or you can just find a suitable enough stretch. That's what you need. You don't need to put a lot of venom into this. Just a gentle rotation so that you can feel the stimulus that will help you, but not put too much pressure on joints and muscle groups. All right. So now into that triangle again. So I'm just going to straighten this front leg. Bring the heel onto the chair like that. And then the right hand's going to be round about the knee. And then I'm going to leave this left hand in the same place, but rotating the body again so I'm facing to the left, over to the left side of the mat. Breathing again into the waist. Few breaths. Good. All right. So again, we'll just begin to bend that knee a little bit, take the foot off. And then the next one's going to be a downward facing dog using a chair. So I'm just going to come back a little bit back from the chair. And then I'm just going to come forward, place the hands onto the chair like this. And then just adjust the feet, keep the feet open. And then just drop the head down between the shoulders if that feels okay. Looking back between the feet into a kind of a varied kind of down dog. It's not quite the same, I know, but still quite a good down dog this, because you're getting a nice stretch. You can bend the knees, by the way, but you can get a nice stretch in the legs. Much easier to get your heels down. And you get this upper body stretch as well. Breathing well, yeah, lower back. Couple of breaths. Good. Okay. So come back up again. And then coming back into the chair. Yeah. And then when I get back into the chair, I'm just going to do a sweep up. Get a nice lengthy feeling in the back, but just hold on to the wrist at the top. Good contact with the feet and the sitting bones again. And then down, rear clasp behind you, looking up. Good, yeah, and then bring the arms forward, hug the body, get a good hug on the body. Keep nice and upright, don't sag down like this, keep up, yeah. Good, all right, so just extending the arms out again to the side, wrists, bring the palms back, push out with the wrists, hold it. Good, okay, and then come down. One more time, windscreen wiper. Okay, so we've come to that stage now where we're going to come into that little introspective moment, like a bit like Shavasana, but we're going to be sat in the chair, so we can sit back into the chair. Yeah. Begin to get comfortable again. Again, as soon as you sit into the chair, get that nice contact with your back. Feel supported. Same with the sitting bones, same with the soles of the feet, nicely contacting the floor. And then just begin to settle down like you did at the beginning. Let the shoulders relax. Place your hands somewhere comfortable where they feel settled. Close your eyes to help you concentrate. Maybe just taking a few deeper breaths here. And then as the body begins to settle again into that stillness, maybe just being aware of your ordinary breath. Try to tune into the pattern of your ordinary breath. For a few moments. Okay, so while you're relaxed, again, this is an opportunity once again to just rekindle that intention that you had at the beginning. Okay, so now's the time to bring it back in, just to reaffirm it or rekindle it in the same way, 3 times with real meaning and clarity.